with Seth Rollins apologizing for his interaction with fans and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for July 20th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. With Rey Mysterio having been in WWE for 20 years, the company released this statement writing, "This Monday marks 20 years since Rey Mysterio first made his WWE debut on SmackDown. Since that night, the Ultimate Underdog has accomplished it all, from waging in-ring classics and elevating the craft of sports entertainment to winning the top prize in the land, the WWE Championship." In addition to celebrating Mysterio's 20-year milestone this Monday on Raw, WWE will recognize the legendary luchador throughout the month of Mysterio on social media. Be on the lookout for original video features, including a career retrospective edition on Playback, a look at Mysterio's incredible influence as told by his peers, and an in-depth exploration of some of Mysterio's most iconic masks. Plus, stay tuned to WWE social channels for a full slate of classic videos, rare photos, and much more. Join the celebration by sharing your favorite Mysterio memories starting today using the hashtag #MonthOfMysterio. Talking to Metro.co.uk about his upcoming match against Riddle at SummerSlam, Seth Rollins took shots at the original bro, saying, "That's the thing. I want to know who this guy is. I want to know who is beyond being just Randy's bro, you know?" Obviously, the audience took a big liking to him based on his relationship with Randy, but now we don't know if Randy's ever coming back. We got no clue what Randy's medical situation is. He's out here having to stand by himself, but he's still out here doing Randy's moves, doing Randy's poses. I'd like to know, who is Riddle? Who is this original bro? I'd love to see something original about him. I'm going to push that out of him one way or another. If he doesn't want to respond, then he's going to fall by the wayside or he's going to rise to the occasion. We shall see. Speaking about the USA Network making Monday Night Raw a TV-14 show, Eric Bischoff said this could potentially save the WWE product on a strictly business podcast. Some of the implications may be real and tangible, and others subtle and possibly not so significant. I think it's going to create a lot of anticipation, right? I think there's going to be a lot of people who maybe have tuned out over the years because the product has gotten soft since 2008, meaning it needs to be palatable for children to keep the advertisers and the network happy. Following Dark Side of the Ring special on the plane ride from hell, Ric Flair had been removed from WWE's opening video package. Since then, he's been put back in, as he revealed on Busted Open Radio. "I went and saw Vince yesterday, Monday, to personally thank him because they were in Tampa. It made me feel like my world had changed again. It made me feel a lot better than when they took me off. Everything Vince McMahon has ever said to me has come true, and he said, 'I promise I'll put you back on it.' And he did. I went over there and thanked him." With Monster Energy on Twitter Spaces, former UFC champion Daniel Cormier revealed the conversations he's had with WWE about working with younger stars. "I'm friends with a lot of people that are in that company. I speak to Triple H, and I've got some friends now that are competing in WWE. So my brother, not my actual brother, one of my friends, Jacob Casper, is now a Creed brother in WWE. The Creed brothers are the NXT champions, the smaller league champions. And so I've been asked a couple of times to do stuff with them for the promotion, but I haven't been able to make it work. It's something that I really do want to do." Talking with Worcester Telegram and Gazette, TNT champion Wardlow touched on his biggest goal as the title holder. "And that's actually my #1 priority. I want to bring back the Open Challenge. I'm not sure if that's what we're going to do, but I would definitely like to bring that back. Right now, I have the original design, which I love, and I don't have any plans to customize it. If they give me the opportunity, maybe I will, but I do love the original." Speaking of Wardlow, Goldberg mentioned fans comparing the up-and-coming star to himself, telling the Bleacher Report, "I understand the comparisons. I've heard of him for sure. I've seen pictures of him. I haven't seen him work that much, but hey man, more power to him. There needs to be more characters like that. There needs to be serious intensity out there. There are people that slice meat, and there's people that eat meat, and he needs to be eating meat." Now, Big E is going to come into it. But yeah, man, I don't know. Never read anything about a comparison from him, and now he passes judgment on it. But at the end of the day, anybody that's close to the top in their respective business to be compared with myself, that's an honor and a privilege. During that same interview, Goldberg talked about his previous bout against Roman Reigns, making it clear he wants another. "It doesn't eat at me by any stretch of the imagination, but it eats at me 100%. Roman and I were on a collision course for a long period of time. It never happened when it would have been the best. But to say anyone that beats me doesn't deserve to have their butt kicked afterward, I'd be a liar if I said anything other than that." Recalling the tragic death of Owen Hart from the Over the Edge pay-per-view on May 23rd of 1999, Jim Ross mentioned on his podcast how he and Jerry Lawler had to relive that incident when WWE returned to that same arena in 2002. Kemper Arena especially. "I don't know why WWE went there. I'm not because of what happened prior, the Owen Hart situation. I mean, of all the arenas in America that we could have run, we ran Kemper, and I never have quite figured that one out. But in any event, the crowd at Backlash 2002 was responsive. It was representative, got over 10,000 folks there. They were pumped up. I remember the crowd being involved, but I also know that behind those tearful eyes sometimes in the crowd, they were thinking about the last time that they were there for a WWE event, and it's just challenging to get those thoughts out of and those images out of your mind. And for Jerry Lawler and I, nobody cares about us, but bottom line is that we had to relive it again too, and considering I was the one that made the announcement that Owen had died, I carry those with me from all the way when it happened to going back. So, I don't know. I just selfishly wish we would have done it at another building." Taking to Instagram, Seth Rollins shared a story of a recent interaction with some fans, which he did not handle well. He wrote, "Hello fine folks, I love interacting with my fans. You guys are the best. Your continued support of me and the Black and Brave Wrestling Enterprise is what keeps our collective heart beating strong. Today, a couple of young cats saw my wife and me training in the back of the brick and mortar and stopped by to say hello. Unfortunately, I was right in the middle of a long workout. I was very harsh and abrupt in my candor. For that, I apologize. There's no excuse for that. If either you folks who I was short with today are reading this, please come back another time. I'd love to apologize in person. That open invite is all-inclusive too. Feel free to pop by the school. If I happen to be here, please just be conscious of what's going on around you. Don't be deterred if I'm teaching a class or deep in the sweat game. It may take a few extra minutes, but I promise I'm down to take a pic or have a quick chat. In closing, thank you again to all of you who've had our backs over the years. Here's to many more. Our door is always open during business hours, so come on by." Former pro wrestling star Joey Ryan has been brought up online due to a wrestler by the name of Effie being overly sexual in a match against a woman. Posting a picture from the bout, someone wrote, "Have we learned anything from Joey Ryan?" Even the fans looked disgusted. This led to Ryan trending due to comparisons being made. Anyone comparing Effie with Joey Ryan is a loser. Also, Joey's gimmick didn't get him cancelled, being a POS did. No Effie slander will be tolerated. The conflation between Effie and Joey Ryan is stupid. There are literally and grooming allegations. Effie is a character that has skill aspects / moves. Do I think it's time to stop pushing overtly trill moves in the ring? Yeah. But does that make Effie a bad person? No. So we are comparing Joey Ryan and Effie now. One was canceled for doing very, very bad things in real life, which removed any presumption of innocence from his in-ring work. The other perhaps went a little too far on a spot that had prior consent and is a great person in real life. I can't help but get the vibe from some people criticizing Effie that they're targeting him over being flamboyantly gay. Like, if you thought the spot was a little much, it's one thing, but comparing him to Joey Ryan really plays into the gays or predators narrative. I never really felt like the problem with Joey Ryan was the gimmick anyway, it's that he was so being like, oh no, Effie did something that sort of reminded me a little bit of this other guy's bad gimmick is a dumb argument. The Rock recently took part in the Tortilla Challenge with Kevin Hart, so here's a video.
We've seen the kids playing this game where they slap each other with these things.
Okay. No.
That's too much.
What?
You can't hold it like that.
How are you supposed to hold it?
You gotta hold it in the back so it's all tortilla.
Here, that's it. Like that.
Yeah, like that. Don't fucking knock me out.
No, I'm not. But don't use your hand. Fuck around and put your whole hand back there.
Should I wet my tortilla?
No. No. Here we go.
Here we go.
So I win.
You want to just...
So I win now.
Wait, I sweat.
Wait a second.
You gotta get, cause I'm a good fucking partner. You get a smack.
No, you moved your head. Move your head.
I got scared. Go, hurry up.
You slapped the shit out of me about that fucking first one.
Oh, God.
You was busting my eardrum.
Well, that's us trying to keep up with the younger generation right there.
Never again.
Go see our movie, 29th.
Super
It comes
Pets.
out, Super Pets. All right? Good shit.
Good shit. My fucking eardrum is bleeding.
Britt Baker recently spoke to Sportskeeda, where she put her former opponent Thunder Rosa on blast for comparing their feud to the rivalry between Steve Austin and The Rock. No, I think Thunder Rosa should talk the least amount as possible in wrestling and in interviews and in everything, and the world would be a better place, because she sounds stupid all the time when she says anything. That's what I think. No, I don't compare myself to people like The Rock and Austin or anything like that. In character, sure, I think I'm better. Dr. Britt Baker DMD is better than anybody, but when we're talking realistic storyline settings, I don't think anything right now that I could do would be at that level. Someday, I hope so. Maybe, and I hope and pray that I can have that type of impact on the wrestling world, but Thunder Rosa, most of the time when she opens her mouth, something stupid comes out. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.